Our mics are hot, so we can talk to anybody while we're on. I could, I take it out of program and just leave it in audition, then it won't go over the airwaves. I believe.
Is there also any way to get the chat up so we can see it? Like on any like that one or something? Or is that too much of a hassle? Because that's like how many monitors at that point?
What if? Hold up.
I don't want you to get too confused. We could pull it up back there, but then I'd have to like be talking and be like, hold on, let me check the chat.
I mean, is there any way for you to?
I mean, I can sit here like this. I mean, it's fine.
Let's see.
Maybe Scungy had a point.
What happens when I maximize the screen now?
Oh, see, yeah, you can't pin tabs. You need a special app to do that.
Ah, fudge. Now
That's
where
what I'm
did it
saying.
go? Now I can see it.
Alt tab. Hold Alt and hold Alt tab, but keep holding Alt and you can like cycle through.
Alt. What the hell's tab?
It's above it.
Oh, there it is.
And just hold Alt and tap it, and you can see and
It's
select
just
it.
giving me 3.
Oh, maybe it's in OBS then, probably.
All right. Oh wait, there it is. Well, okay.
What's up there?
Oh, all right. Jesus. Okay, that didn't work. So I can't take over 2 screens.
You can't do 2 screens? You only do one at a time? If not, that's fine. I'm just
You know what? Maybe. Oh wait, no, I can't. Hold on.
it would be easier.
So,
And then you can full screen the chat,
source.
so your
Yeah, right.
old
Source.
eyes can see it.
What is it? Screen mirror, I think.
That's probably what it is. No, that's for your phone.
Who's that old guy? He's familiar.
James Cameron?
No, he's an actor.
701, by the way.
Oh shit.
That's what I'm saying. You want me to try?
Very best in personalized customer service, unique experience-based events, and premium amenities for our Gopher Academy members, such as after-hours private gaming space, full immersion RPG room, rotating board game library, and coming soon a video game arcade. So join the Gopher community at 4953 West Napoleon Avenue. For more info, go to gophergamesnola.com or the Gopher Discord. Gopher Games, where you got game.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Get ready to unleash your potential at CrossFit Grigri. Are you tired of ordinary gyms? Say hello to extraordinary results. At CrossFit Grigri, we're not just a gym, we're a family. Join our community of passionate individuals who seek to better themselves, help those around them, and find enjoyment in doing both. Experience personalized training, expert coaching, and a supportive environment that fuels your fitness journey. Learn more at CrossFitGrigri.com or follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. CrossFit Grigri, where the potions and the programming and the magic's in the community.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go.
Resistance is futile.
Boldly going where no show has gone before. This is the Week in Geek with David D. Squared, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. Broadcasting from the Gregory Ricks and Associates Wealth Management Studios, here's D. Squared.
Greetings, people of Earth. This is the Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared, along with
DJ
and
Dean.
And no Scungy. I think he's on assignment or something. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's cleaning his barbells, or I don't know. All right, so I got one guest for certain tonight that we are definitely going to play, unless I drop my headphones on the keyboard again and accidentally mute everything. George Takei. Oh my!
Wow.
George Takei is our guest. He's got a new graphic novel out about basically his entire childhood leading into adulthood, and the title of the book is "It Rhymes with Takei."
I got it. I get it.
Did you get it, Dean?
No.
Gay rhymes with Takei. George Takei happens to be gay. And so he's also, like, there's a lot of stuff that he's done in his life, but like when he was 5, he was put in an internment camp for Japanese Americans after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. So I don't know if anybody knew about that. There's people that actually deny it, just like they deny the Holocaust, all kinds of stuff. People are dumb, man.
People are dumb.
I got nothing. But George does not take a breath the entire interview, and there's when he's I'm trying to ask a question and you hear me go
So I can fit in.
There's like 3 or 4 times you're gonna hear me go I promise you I'm not retarded. All right, maybe I am, but not at that point. I just couldn't get a word in edgewise. And then we might get to Kenny Crossley. I don't know. But Dean and I got a chance to watch Alien and Aliens this weekend. So maybe we'll do the Dean screen. But first, let's do this. And now, your top nerd news stories from around the world, brought to you by the Viridian Tea Company. Find them on Etsy. And now, your top nerd news stories. All right, you can follow along with us right now on the Week in Geek Facebook page, the Week in Geek radio show. Also, we are on YouTube streaming live right now, Twig_radio, and on the Twitch channel, Twig_radio as well on there. So, Twig Radio, just live it, love it, that just find us. But we're streaming live on Facebook right now. We got the chat window open, so if you want to comment or watch the trailer that we're about to watch called Weapons. Have you heard of Weapons, DJ?
I have not.
So the guy who Thanos,
Josh Brolin?
Josh Brolin, and some other weird looking lady. She's famous, but it's called Weapons. And the first trailer, we didn't really talk about this because it was weird. Like basically these kids just get up in the middle of the night and leave. And so you didn't know what the movie was, but this second trailer has a lot more meat to it. And then it turns out that there's an old movie by Romero called The Crazies, and it was basically this thing drops into a water supply in like Iowa, and these people start going crazy and just start attacking people. Kind of
what's going
smacks
on here?
Of this. So let's take a look real quick.
I just want to say how
It's creepy. All the kids
very
do that with their
sorry
arms
I am.
flailing out as they're running.
until she tells us what happened.
the truth is that I want an answer just as bad.
She's the
as
teacher
all
of
you.
the entire class of children.
We're talking about 17 kids in one classroom.
Yeah.
I want to know what happened in that classroom. Why just her classroom? Why only her?
I love those kids.
This is a true story that happened right here in my town. A lot of people die in a lot of really weird ways
They're all
in the
doing like
story.
the airplane
But you're
thing.
not going to find it in the news.
It's reminding me of
Those
Long
kids
Legs.
walked out of those homes.
yeah.
No one pulled them out.
Yeah, they
No
all
one
left.
forced them. What do you see that I don't?
Show me. Where did you go?
There's something very, very
now it
wrong
gets really
going on.
Because the first trailer didn't show anything about the adults. And now, I don't know what the hell those two adults are doing, but it don't look cool to me. Is that a line of salt? It's like Supernatural. Ah! Oh, God. He's doing the airplane.
Come on, what am I looking at?
Leave the investigating to the investigators.
August 8th.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Ow! Oh, God, he was stabbing his face. Gross. Weapons.
Are you watching?
Oh, it's gonna be some hypnotizing thing. The bell.
Oh, maybe so. A little Pavlov's dog thing with the bell there. So, yeah, it's called Weapons.
That looks awesome. It looks like a good mystery movie.
I don't know what it's about, and so, yes, I'm intrigued.
This smacks of Long Legs, like just a mystery, and you're following along with them. You're getting reveals with whoever's investigating. I like that a lot. Yeah.
I never...
Did you watch Long Legs?
I did not.
You need to watch Long Legs. Streaming now. Go watch it.
So now, here's another movie, which... all right. Christina Ricci and oh, my God, Kevin James.
I've heard Kevin James' name in forever.
Well, never since the meme's been popping up, you know, like him going with his shoulders up. And of course, that's been taken over by the Bella from Last of Us. They put her face on his face. Bastards. All right, but this is called Guns Up. Christina Ricci and Kevin James as action stars?
It's family night.
You and the kids mean everything to me.
There's something I want to talk about. The diner. With some elbow grease, we could be open within a month. No more worrying that the kids are going to find out how you put food on the table.
How do you put food on the table? Kevin James, action star.
Hey, honey.
Everything okay?
It's business as usual.
Let's go. Raymond Hayes, New Jersey's #1 collector of debts.
My kids cannot find out about this. All this time and you haven't told them?
You're a good man, Mr. Hayes. But one does wonder what kind of home your children are being raised in.
Why are you bleeding?
No, that's red ink.
You got ink. You got red on you.
Looks like blood.
It does, right?
What's this I hear about you wanting to quit the game?
I care about what I do for a living.
Is he like a fat John Wick?
Yeah,
right. Like a fat John Wick?
You're done.
Get down! Protecting his bed.
Literally a mall cop John
My
Wick.
dad picked a fight with a pirate.
A pirate?
Get in there, kill them all!
Oh, he's got an eye patch.
Is that John Wick?
Oh, wait, apparently Christina Ricci is too.
I think our dad married John Wick. What?
I'm just processing a lot right now, and you're being a little aggressive.
Honey, get a gun and let's go get the kids. We can get through anything.
What a family.
They'll fight back.
You ready for this?
Is everybody okay?
We're scheduling a lifetime of family therapy.
Oh, please, no.
Guns Up. So it just says coming soon.
Yeah.
All right. First things first. How many times have I complained about the stupid formula of mom and dad, one of them is a secret agent? Like, we've already had like 80 of them already.
I was about to say, this is like almost exactly like Nobody.
But the reason Nobody worked is, I'm glad you brought that up, because your boy does not look like an action star. Yeah. Watching Christina Ricci and Kevin James kind of looking like a van down by the river doing Beverly Hills Ninja, all of a sudden I'm like, I can get behind this stupid movie with a fat guy doing karate and his weird-looking wife who's just apparently a mass murderer killer. Yeah, I'm sign me up.
Especially whenever what comes in my brain, whenever I think what's his name?
James?
Yeah, Kevin James. Yeah, I think of Mall Cop and I think of Here Comes the Boom.
Here Goes the Boom is a masterpiece.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
that's
Here
what I'm
Goes the Boom
saying.
is phenomenal. But Paul Blart Mall Cop, God,
it's an upgrade.
So. For some reason, this movie, I'm willing to watch it because
I am too.
The other ones when they had like the beautiful people doing it, it's just like I've seen it, but this one doesn't make sense to me. So I want to watch it now.
It's got a better comedy aspect.
It absolutely does. All right, moving on. We got the Roof Man. Channing Tatum, Mr. I'm freaking to make a name for myself, and the Toxic Avenger, Peter Dinklage. He drinks and knows things. Apparently, he holes up in a Toys R Us here. You can watch along with us on the Week in Geek Facebook page, or we're streaming on the Twitch channel, Twig_radio. Same for the YouTubes.
We all like going back in time and imagining how things could have gone differently.
He didn't slide like risky business.
What if I made different choices? Would I have ended up here?
Oh my God, remember the car aisle in
and
Toys R Us.
still no leads on the whereabouts of the escaped convict known as the Roof Man.
I was never very good at life.
Good morning, team.
No. Don't be scared. Kind of like I was not good at hurting people.
Dwayne, get your coat.
I don't have one.
Are you serious?
Here. I was good at seeing things. Details. Systems and routines.
A manhunt tonight for an escaped prisoner.
Find a safe place to hide for a few months.
He's a very smart individual, super intelligent.
You're just the man I want to see.
You like peanut M&Ms, right?
We're missing a lot. You have any idea why?
I just thought, they gotta be hiding somewhere.
I wanted to invite you to my toy drive.
We sell toys here, we don't give them away. Wow.
I would like to introduce you to someone who made a generous toy donation.
That's so kind of you.
Stole it from your store.
So, John, I understand you work for the government.
So it's a little classified, so.
I never knew we had an intelligence unit here in Charlotte.
Oh, are you law enforcement?
Yes, I am.
Wow. That's amazing.
Police believe the Roof Man may still be in the area.
What the? Oh my God! What are they doing? Like moved up with
You got your passport. You got to leave tonight. You can't just say, I'll just lay low. I need you to really think about who you talk to.
You just look like this all the time?
Tell me what's going on.
He's got blonde hair.
Right now.
Who do you want to be, Jeff?
I want to be a good man.
I need you to take the ink bomb out.
If I do that, it'll blow up.
Not if you do it quick. Oops.
That looks phenomenal. Like that genuinely looks phenomenal.
Oh my God! And I have no yet again. I'm still not sure what this movie's about, but I'm here for it. I don't know why. I guess I'm tired of the same crap.
Yeah.
I'm just really tired of the same crap. And 1, 2, 3 movies that really don't remind me of anything. I guess Guns Up has that formula, but at least they took the script and flipped it on you.
This one reminds me of another movie, but not in like the exact same way. This movie, you ever seen Good Time with Robert Pattinson?
No.
It's about this guy and his special needs brother who try to rob a bank, but then it doesn't go well.
Oh, God.
And so the special needs brother gets caught, and so he's trying to get him out of jail using bond.
Oh, that sounds
and
familiar.
It's
yeah.
crazy. This kind of reminds me of it, but like a comedy version. It's really weird, but that's
right.
a good thing that it reminds me of.
Yeah.
It. Not a bad thing.
So finally, now we have a clip from Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, some people might remember, he went public with his kind of complaints about why Luke, went suicidal hermit, where he just, basically after Kylo Ren, thinks he's dead and then kills the rest of his students and then takes a couple with him, that he would become a hermit. And in Mark Hamill's words, he's like, that would make me double down. That would have made Luke double down. I don't understand where you're getting from there to there, and Luke is kind of, I guess, the go-to source for, Luke Skywalker stuff. But he's got a very dark theory as to why. And he listen to Mark Hamill. What was it? This was on Bullseye with Jesse Thorne.
When I came to, the temple was burning. He had vanished with a handful of my students and slaughtered the rest. Leia blamed Snoke, but it was me. I failed. Because I was Luke Skywalker.
So that was Rian Johnson's
Jedi
theory.
Master.
Here's Luke's.
I said, Ryan, I saw entire planets wiped out. If anything, Luke doubles down and it hardens his resolve in the face of adversity. So that's all. I said, can I make up my own backstory of why he is the way he is? I don't want to just say that, I have bumped my head and I have brain damage. He said, yeah, do whatever you want. So I made up a much, much darker backstory that I thought could justify him being that way. You want to hear what it was?
Yes.
Spill it, Hamill.
I thought, what could make someone give up a devotion to what is basically a religious entity, to give up being a Jedi? Well, the love of a woman. So he falls in love with a woman. He gives up being a Jedi. They have a child together. At some point, the child, as a toddler, picks up an unattended lightsaber, pushes the button, and is killed instantly.
What?
The wife is so full of grief, she kills herself.
Jesus!
I thought that would be, because I think about, I hear these horrible stories about these children that find unattended guns and so forth and wind up dead. And I thought that resonated with me so deeply that that could possibly, but he didn't have the time to tell a backstory like that, I'm guessing. He just wanted a brief thing to explain it. And to me, it didn't justify it. That said, and I told him this.
Hold on, wait. I want to stop it there. Just like how he just said how, you only had so much time to do basically it was like a one sentence sort of blurb, one cutaway scene that lasts maybe a grand total of 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Same thing I was bitching about with Andor with the final season, where it's like all this stuff got left there. So yeah, Mark gets it. Spill it, Hamill. Continue.
Despite the fact that I disagree with your choices for Luke, I'm going to do everything within my power to make your screenplay work as best that I can. And the only thing unfortunate about that is I've heard comments from fans who think that I somehow dislike Rian Johnson, and nothing could be further from the truth. And
so he likes him some Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
So, but Here's what I'm wondering, if this was what he was thinking of when he first had this problem. Here, look, here's the poor little youngling.
Oh, no.
Look.
Just fiddling with the lightsaber.
That's an actual scene from the movie. The kid's playing it when Obi-Wan comes in to Yoda, and he's all like, "Oh, a planet Master Kenobi has lost younglings. What could?" And the kid's sitting there playing with his lightsaber.
See, at first I thought Mark Hamill's theory might be a little unrealistic, but then you just showed me that, you know what? Yeah, it could happen. It definitely could happen.
I mean, when Luke Skywalker first picked it up in Star Wars A New Hope, he looks down the barrel of it.
Yeah.
He's like, what is this?
They need more safety restrictions on these things, man.
Right.
Come on.
There's no safety on a lightsaber, seriously? But it is pretty dark, though, that like he would have had a wife and they had a kid. I mean, good Lord, that's a story right there.
And it grounds Star Wars completely. Like, that is something that as he said, does happen in real life.
I think it's a little too dark for Star Wars.
It's too dark for Disney.
Well, yeah, maybe so. But yeah, I think it's a little too dark. But if that's where he got his mojo from, I guess well, I mean, because he did a good job in the movie with what he was given, So all right, let's take a break. When we come back, I'm not sure exactly what the hell we're doing because we got George Takei sitting in the wings, and then we've got the Dean screen. What else? We still got a couple more things. We got some Batman news, some Lilo and Stitch news, and Magic the Gathering news. So maybe we'll just do that when we come back.
Cool.
All right. So this is The Week in Geek with D Squared on News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
This is a ferocious hurricane.
Better prepare.
It is important that we are prepared.
Generators ready.
Batteries.
Candles.
All our prescriptions are filled.
Plenty of water.
Flashlights.
As you prepare for hurricane season,
We got food.
Radio.
take this moment to download our free iHeartRadio app for all your devices.
Now's the time to do it.
Because if the power goes out,
Keep that line of communication open.
it's your direct link to information.
We must be ready.
Operation Stormwatch from News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Hey, Louisiana sports fans, heads up. Right now, lawmakers in Baton Rouge are running a trick play. They're trying to push through a tax hike that hits sports fans and local businesses. That's right, they want to make sports betting more expensive for you and your fellow sports fans. So time out. Tell your representatives no to a tax hike on Louisiana sports fans. Visit betonla.org. Paid for by the Sports Betting Alliance.
Gumbo Nation, you did it again. Thank you. 10 plus years on air, Mortgage Gumbo Dadcam has grown because of your trust in me as your local preferred lender with all your home loan needs. My recent recognition as a national top lender is awesome, but being your local lender is what matters to me and why I'm so thankful. I promise to continue to earn your trust in making your needs my priority. Visit MortgageGumbo.com.
Hey, Louisiana, how are you stopping litter? In Terrebonne Parish, we put our trash in a bag and never out the car window.
In Bienville, we bag it, tie it, and put a lid on it.
We keep litter out of our lakes in Lafayette.
And in Calcasieu Parish, we keep our roads clean by clearing out our truck beds and securing our loads.
We need every person in every parish to stop littering and keep Louisiana beautiful. For more litter prevention tips, visit letlouisianashine.org.
Sponsored by Louisiana Lieutenant Governor's Office and Keep Louisiana Beautiful.
If you've been listening to Winning at Life for a while now, you probably already know that estate planning is more than just a will. You may need a trust. You definitely need both of your powers of attorney. So what's your plan? Hi, I'm Wes Blanchard, an estate planning attorney of offices in Metairie. Listen, don't leave your loved ones in a bind. Call me and we'll make you a plan or update your existing plan. Find me at wjblanchardlaw.com.
Hey, Dad, this is Pinky of Pinky and the Brain. And when Brain and I are not planning to take over the world, which is pretty much never, but when that happens, the only show we listen to, or rather the only show Brain allows me to listen to, is The Week in Geek on WRNO. Nerf.
Welcome back in to The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared, along with
DJ
and
Dean.
And Scungy's on assignment, cleaning his barbells. He's always cleaning his barbells. All right, so as always, though, we strongly urge you to check out the Facebook page, The Week in Geek Radio Show, where we're streaming live, but also you can follow us on Twitter at Twig Radio, the Instagram's The Week in Geek, and of course our Twitch channel, Twig_Radio, where we're streaming there, and on the YouTube's Twig Radio. I think at
Twig Radio. No spaces.
No spaces at Twig Radio. So yeah, whatever. Spreaker is a pain in my ass, and I don't know, whatever. So we had to make some changes, but we're doing the restream thing. So now it's on everywhere.
It's new and improved.
Yes, multiple channels where you watch us and just be like, wow, these guys really suck. And then, of course, you can download the podcast at your leisure. Wherever podcasts are freely given away, I'd feel terrible if I charge you for it. But, of course, Spreaker, the iHeartRadio app with that beautiful candy-like red button.
Well, hello there.
Yes, you too can click that little red microphone button just like this. Be a part of the show. Download that free iHeartRadio app. Go to News Talk 99.5 WRNO and click that little red microphone button.
Well, hello there.
And you too can be a part of the show, just like this.
David Ford, BBC World Service here, and I'm investigating a disturbance at the strip mall.
Can I help you?
I demand transparency. I demand that you open the door and reveal what you're hiding from everyone.
Sir, if you want to buy a Nintendo Switch 2, you'll have to get in line with everybody else.
Oh, right then. Good day, ma'am. I can't wait to get it.
Next time, it could be you. Download that free iHeartRadio app, go to News Talk 99.5 WRNO, and click that little red microphone button.
Well, hello there.
So
yeah, that sums up working at GameStop.
Hey, let me in!
Let me in. I want to switch.
You see that line there? Get in it, pal.
See, no, have you heard about what's going on with Pokemon right now?
No. Please elaborate.
So Pokemon has been sold out across the country for the past few months.
Okay.
And so there's a Pokemon drop or release every week, right?
Okay.
Usually on Fridays. And by the end of the day, all of the shipment that we get in
is
gone.
Wow.
There is a line of at least 60 people outside sometimes.
Holy crap
just
nuggets.
For Pokemon cards.
Wow.
This is AAA game releases for the same cards.
Wow.
So yeah, if you're thinking about a big line for the Switch too, yeah, think of Pokemon.
Man, there's a new Pokemon store, and it's a friend of mine's brother. Damn it to hell, I can't remember the name of the place. I went over there too. I'm just terrible with remembering things.
Really dumb.
That too, dude. Don't do drugs. All right, that's all you need to know. But it's out there in Kennebra. It's shucks dog it, man.
Pokenola?
No. Pokenola is on West Metairie and Elise. This one is on Veterans and Williams, right there on the corner, right behind. Across the street from Brick Oven Cafe, behind that Shell station, next to a bar called Third Rock from the Sun. So that might help people out. So, but it's a little Pokemon card place, and so that's another place if you want to get your Pokemon
support
fix.
local.
Yes, exactly. All right, now let's get back to our top nerd news. All right, so Matt Reeves has actually completed the Batman 2 script.
Yes, this movie was supposed to release first this year.
Yes.
Second next year, and now finally it is actually going to release in October of 2027.
Sweet, gee, that's a long time.
That is 5 years after the first film. Woo. That is 5 years. At least not as bad as Aliens.
Well, right. Well, I mean, so perhaps he's just trying. You said there's 4 notebooks of
four
the script.
notebooks full of script for us to enjoy once it comes out in the next 2 years.
Which notebook do you think is filled with the musical numbers? Like Casual Fall and
it's gotta
Joker
open with it's gotta open with a solo from Sabrina Carpenter.
It should.
Got to.
If it doesn't, then we've been cheated as Batman fans.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We need campiness back.
We need more music and a cameo by Adam West, even though he's dead. I don't know.
Yeah, AI generated his face like Christopher Reeves. Yeah, that's a great idea.
Absolutely.
God, Hollywood's gonna love us.
Oh my God, you're welcome, Hollywood. So the Batman, the musical number, that would be great.
Finally, the script is done.
So, well, that's good. So in 2 years.
In 2 years, 2
millennia. 2 years we'll get it. Now, it's already in development, Lilo and Stitch 2?
Yes, Lilo and Stitch 2, live action. They are
Goo-goo
not backing
movie.
down from the live action movies. No matter how much you hate them, they are going to keep making them because you keep spending your money.
Well, and that... Funny you should say that. I'm pulling up Deadline right now because I'm wanting to see how much money they've made.
It's been a boatload. I mean,
yeah. Well, F1 is taking the world by storm right now with Brad Pitt. $144 million opening weekend.
Wow.
Now, Megan 2.0 has only cleared about $10 million right now.
What about is Elio on there? What is it called? The new
Elio,
Pixar?
that is what it's called. I still don't think they've cracked $25. I think they're somewhere around there. Somebody might have bought a ticket. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So F1's up there. I'm not seeing a whole lot. I'm not seeing diddly on Elio. Good Lord.
And they come out last week too.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, here we go. Elio. 10 million this weekend. So their total is 42.2 million.
That's
How to Train Your Dragon's total is 200 million. F1's opening is 55 million. Let's see. 28 years later, they're at 50 million. Lilo and Stitch. That's what I'm looking for. 400 million.
and see, this is exactly
400 million.
This is
So they're just
exactly
like, start cranking up too. We hit go.
So this is just Disney's plan now, is to get hold of IPs and just make more movies based off those IPs. Even though people say that they want original ideas, nobody is going to see them, and that is just a fact. That's not me saying that you don't like them. I'm saying that based on the numbers, you're not going. Simple as that.
That is a problem. I mean, that's the thing. It's like there's lots of movies out there, and then people are just kind of like, well, like
catch it on streaming.
Somebody's already talking about, is there superhero fatigue again because of the buzz for Superman? And I've lost track how many people are just like, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's a big.
But I mean, like, I want to go see it.
I'm seeing it.
But Final Destination Bloodlines, 136 million.
That was
total.
a big movie.
I mean, dude, Final Destination, they already had 5 of them. I mean, and so this is 6. I mean, so they keep going back to Ballerina, 55 million total. That's the John Wick universe. Mission Impossible, sweet baby Jesus, they're still making these damn things. 186 million. But all of these are properties that.
Yeah,
we know
already have established titles. Yeah.
And so, like the Gun Up, and then the movies we were talking about earlier.
These are all original. These are all first. Yeah.
So hopefully people go see them.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. If you want more original films in your theater, you have to go pay to see them. It is what it is. I'm sorry. If you catch it on streaming, those numbers people do not care about. I'm sorry.
And here's the thing though. It's like Scungy even, he's a cinephile, if you will, but he's gotten to the point where he doesn't go to the movies anymore either. He waits for it to come streaming. And me, I guess, it's just like I'm cheap and then it's just hard to find the time though, dude.
I get what you mean.
We're working freaking 7 days a week, it's just like, damn, bro. Where am I going to find a time? And then if I can stream Nosferatu at home now, instead of having to go to the theater, I'm going to do that.
But if you go to the theater and see an IP that you already know, it's going to be reliable, so you're not wasting your time. That's the catch. That's how they get you. It is what it is.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that's
you just got to bite the bullet and go see a new movie, man.
Damn it to hell. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put my money where my mouth is. I'm supposed to be a loudmouth on the radio.
Well, then that means you're going to be stuck with Lilo and Stitch 47 in 10 years. So I'm sorry, Father.
All right, fine. All right, before we go to break, we are going to get some new IPs from Magic the Gathering.
Oh, nice.
So Magic the Gathering has a movie team up with Hasbro, but also they're going to make a TV universe as well.
Dude, Magic's been doing everything recently. They did Assassin's Creed. They're doing Sonic now. I think Marvel's coming.
So that is really smart what they've done. Now you're talking about the game itself, the cards.
Yeah, the collabs with the cards.
I found an Assassin's Creed pack that had like all you needed on clearance at Target.
Wow.
And I was just like, sweet, $5. Normally like $39.99. I'm like, score. But what the hell is a Magic the Gathering movie and TV show going to be about? I've played since day one. I've played Magic the Gathering since day one. I played because it came out when I was in college. I was going to Southeastern and Hammond, and that's all we did. We would go to the student union and then this other little hall they had and just freaking play Magic all the time. And there was each box set that came out was like Fallen Empires. There was always some new twist on it, but basically it was just cards. There was a sort of working theory of an idea of a plot, but it was really just cool cards and what they did
just a big
and some
universe.
cool art.
Yeah.
What the hell is this movie going to be about? What the hell is the TV show going to be about? Because there's zero information on that.
I mean, they did a Dungeons and Dragons movie, so I mean, it's doable. Somebody can scrap something together.
I guess maybe you're right. All right, well then we'll see. All right, so when we come back, we're gonna have George Takei as our guest, talking about his new his new graphic novel. It rhymes with Takei. It rhymes with Takei, Dean.
I know.
Okay.
Because he's gay.
Got him to say it nice.
You gotta say it. He's fabulous. Oh my. That's his cat. Do you know the Oh My story?
No.
All right, hold on. Let me kill the music for a minute. The Oh My story. So, oh my is his catchphrase. Like, oh my. He says that all the time. So it's a Howard Stern thing. he went to a Howard Stern interview, and he had never been on Howard Stern before, his very first time. So they're sitting in the waiting room, waiting to go into the studio with Howard Stern and the rest of his cast. And Howard Stern's show is playing in the lobby. But George had never been on the show and never heard of his show before. So he didn't know who Howard Stern was, didn't know anything about his show. And he looks over at another person who's going to be a guest, and he's like, "Oh, this man is vulgar. He's quite vulgar." I mean, because George is an older guy.
Yeah.
You know, and
Howard Stern goes for the jugular.
And so he's like, wow, just so crude and just so base and just banal and just throwing all these fancy words. And the guy looks over and he goes, "That's the show you're going on." He's like, "Oh, really?" And so he walks into the studio. Howard Stern goes, "George, welcome for coming in." And George Takei has a very deep voice. So he's like, "Well, good day, Mr. Stern." And he's like, "Wow, that's a deep voice. You must have a big, giant ding."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, my." And he was just genuinely taken aback by Howard Stern commenting on his junk. He's just like, "Oh, my."
Yeah.
And so that was being recorded. So Howard Stern made a hotkey of oh my. And so anytime somebody was offended, he would play George Takei, "Oh my."
Dude, at a point going on Howard Stern is worse than Eric Andre. Like I said it. God.
Eric Andre is in the new Ironheart series.
Oh, wow.
We can talk about that a little bit later. George Takei is coming up next right here on The Week in Geek with D Squared on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. Oh my.
Now, from the Gregory Ricks and Associates Wealth Management Studios, this is News Talk 99.5 WRNO.
Serving the Louisiana hobby and games community for over 12 years, Gopher Games has prided itself on offering the very best in personalized customer service, unique experience-based events, and premium amenities for our Gopher Academy members, such as after-hours private gaming space, full immersion RPG room, rotating board game library, and coming soon a video game arcade. So join the Gopher community at 4953 West Napoleon Avenue. For more info, go to gophergamesnola.com or the Gopher Discord. Gopher Games, where you got game.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. Perfectly imperfect. Beating in rhythm to the world you've created. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Your life sounds pretty great. Don't let a buzz ruin it. Buzz driving is drunk driving. Don't drive buzzed. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Get ready to unleash your potential at CrossFit Grigri. Are you tired of ordinary gyms? Say hello to extraordinary results. At CrossFit Grigri, we're not just a gym, we're a family. Join our community of passionate individuals who seek to better themselves, help those around them, and find enjoyment in doing both. Experience personalized training, expert coaching, and a supportive environment that fuels your fitness journey. Learn more at CrossFitGrigri.com or follow us on Instagram and like us on Facebook. CrossFit Grigri, where the potions and the programming and the magic in the community.
In sitcoms, when someone has a problem, they just blurt it out and move on.
Well, I lost my job and my parakeet is missing. How was your day?
But the real world is different. Managing life's challenges can be overwhelming. So, what do? We get support. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have mental health resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org. That's loveyourmindtoday.org. See how much further you can go when you take care of your mental health.
Fox News, I'm Kathleen Maloney. The Senate is debating the president's massive spending and tax cut bill. Democrats are strongly opposed to it.
President Trump has been able to hold his party in line in an unprecedented manner. At the other end, this bill will come back and bite them. This is going to do so much damage.
Senator Mark Warner of Virginia on CBS's Face the Nation says the measure will cut health care coverage for millions of Americans. Looks like there are takers for TikTok.
We have a buyer for TikTok, by the way. I think I'll need probably China approval. I think President Xi will probably do it.
Who's buying?
I'll tell you in about 2 weeks.
A big technology company there.
Very, very wealthy people. It's a group of very wealthy people.
President Trump on Fox's Sunday Morning Futures with Maria Bartiromo. America is listening to Fox News.
This is Seb Aurelios from Star Wars Rebels, and you're listening to The Week in Geek. Stay tuned, otherwise I'm gonna bash you like I bash those bucketheads.
Welcome back into The Week in Geek, your source for geek and pop culture news that's trending now. I'm your host, D Squared. Let's go to the guest line. Author, director, singer, songwriter, I don't know, and of course, Sulu from Star Trek, George Takei joins us. George, how are you doing?
I'm living long and prospering. I love New Orleans, and I love your oysters there. Is that a restaurant in the French Quarter called Oyster House still operating?
Oh, yeah. That one's not going anywhere.
Good, toothsome, round, fat oysters there. And that guy who shucks them is masterful at it.
You have to be like a very sociable person to be an oyster shucker, because it's an art and it's an act that you're doing for people, because you want them to enjoy it while they're eating their oysters. So you gotta have some panache when you do that.
And that's all true with him. That shucker that I had when I was last there, and all the restaurants in New Orleans. I mean, that's the place. They should send me to New Orleans in person to inform the people in New Orleans about my new book. It rhymes with Takei.
What on earth would rhyme with Takei, George?
Now let's see. Day, say, pay, may, gay. Oh, gay! It's about gay George Takei.
Oh my God, dude! I love you, and I love you and Brad. You guys are just so awesome. This new graphic novel is basically it's like you don't want to say that you were in the closet. Basically, you were just trying to, I guess, hide it per se. Tell folks about this new memoir about yourself.
I wasn't trying to hide. I was imprisoned. You know, as a child, I was behind very real barbed wire fence,
right.
American barbed wire fences, because we looked different. We looked like the people that bombed Pearl Harbor, but we were Americans, just like everybody else who are American. My grandparents came from Japan, but at wartime, people go hysterical, and they mixed it up with racism, and the soldiers came and ordered us out of our home at gunpoint, bayonet point, I should say. I mean, they pointed a bayonet at my father. It was a really frightening morning when I was 5 years old. I spent my childhood unjustly in these American barbed wire fences. I realized by the time they let us out, that I was attracted to my same gender. I was about 9 years old, and Bobby had the sweetest smile in school. And there's this guy, Richard, who was athletic, who came from a poor home, I guess, because his mother didn't buy him new clothes. His T-shirts were always all very short, and his jeans were very short and tight. And when he played basketball and tossed the basket, his T-shirt pulled up and the trousers went down, and I saw his whole athletic body, and it was exciting. But other boys didn't feel that way, and only me. I thought I was different again. When I was a child, I looked different, this Japanese face. But when I was in middle school, I felt differently, but I was able to hide it because it was a feeling inside. And I went through life behind these hidden barbed wire fences, what I call my invisible barbed wire fence, because I wanted to be an actor. And you couldn't get hired as an actor in Hollywood or Broadway if they knew you were gay. So I hid it. I was closeted. And I spent the majority of my adult life until I was 68 years old, closeted behind my invisible barbed wire fence. And this book, It Rhymes with Takei, is about that period of my life and my coming out at 68 years old and becoming a gay activist that I was even during my closeted years. I was an activist in the civil rights movement, in the peace movement during Vietnam. I was an activist in electoral politics, except for the issue most personal to me, the fact that I was gay. And at 68, I came out roaring because the California State Legislature, the Senate, and the Assembly passed the marriage equality bill. This was a landmark event. It was a very important, the first time in the United States that a state legislature passed the marriage equality. And I was really excited, and I decided I'm going to come out and be a part of society. But that bill needed one more signature, that of our governor, who was also a movie star, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he vetoed it, right?
He vetoed it. And I was so angry that that veto was what got me out. And I blasted Arnold Schwarzenegger's hypocrisy, because he said, I have no problem with it, but I vetoed it. And to really underscore the fact that he was less unprincipled person, he was carrying on with his housekeeper under his wife, Maria Shriver's nose. He has a child by his housekeeper. I mean, a person like that, a liar who lives a lie, doesn't belong in public office. After he left the governor's office, he's never going to be elected in anything again. I will fight tooth and nail if he fights for runs for anything else. And so this book, It Rhymes with Takei, is about my closeted period of my life and my life after I come out of that closet.
That is George Takei. It Rhymes with Takei is out now. Do people still deny like the Japanese internment, the Japanese American internment?
There are few people. I mean, there are crazies. It was the crazies that put us behind those barbed wire fences, and crazy people don't behave rationally. But we pay no attention to them anymore.
George, thank you so much. I'm so glad I'm able to talk with you today, and I wish you the greatest success moving forward, sir. You and Brad, take care of yourselves.
Thank you very much. We'll come to New Orleans to celebrate.
Absolutely. That is George Takei. It Rhymes with Takei. It's out now. So, yeah, like, I could not get a word in edgewise, man. I was like, look, he's been doing the radio tours for a while now.
Yeah.
So, when you're promoting something like that, the best promoters, that's what they do. They just go off and don't let the host interrupt them. But I was like, I wanted to ask you a question. And so, yeah, like I got to ask the one that I didn't really want to ask, but like there was the one question I really wanted to ask because it pertained to that was when in the Naked Time, the episode in the original series of Star Trek, he's running around topless with a fencing foil, and he's like, and like all these women went gaga over him, and he's gay as gay can be, and it's just like he's had to play straight. And I wanted to ask him what it was like having to do that, because like that wasn't in the book. So like there was always stuff you want to ask somebody that hopefully some other jackass hasn't asked them, you know?
Right.
And so like, but I just could not get the word in edgewise. I'm just like, I look up 7 minutes and gone. Like, I mean, 5 minutes, dude. He was just going. But dude, he's awesome. George Takei is awesome. So if you want to go check that out, It Rhymes with Takei is the name of the graphic novel. All right, when we come back, what do we want to do, gentlemen? What do we want to do? Do we want to do the Dean screen?
We could do Dean screen.
We could do the Dean screen. We got about 4 minutes.
a 4-minute Dean
I don't know where the hell the time went tonight. Good Lord. All right, this is The Week in Geek with D Squared on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. Hey, Louisiana sports fans, heads up. Right now, lawmakers in Baton Rouge are running a trick play. They're trying to push through a tax hike that hits sports fans and local businesses. That's right, they want to make sports betting more expensive for you and your fellow sports fans. So time out. Tell your representatives no to a tax hike on Louisiana sports fans. Visit betonla.org. Paid for by the Sports Betting Alliance.
Gumbo Nation, you did it again. Thank you. 10 plus years on air, Mortgage Gumbo Dadcam has grown because of your trust in me as your local preferred lender with all your home loan needs. My recent recognition as a national top lender is awesome, but being your local lender is what matters to me and why I'm so thankful. I promise to continue to earn your trust in making your needs my priority. Visit MortgageGumbo.com.
Hey, Louisiana, how are you stopping litter?
In Terrebonne Parish, we put our trash in a bag and never out the car window.
In Bienville, we bag it, tie it, and put a lid on it.
We keep litter out of our lakes in Lafayette.
And in Calcasieu Parish, we keep our roads clean by clearing out our truck beds and securing our loads.
We need every person in every parish to stop littering and keep Louisiana beautiful. For more litter prevention tips, visit letlouisianashine.org.
Sponsored by Louisiana Lieutenant Governor's Office and Keep Louisiana Beautiful.
If you've been listening to Winning at Life for a while now, you probably already know that estate planning is more than just a will. You may need a trust. You definitely need both of your powers of attorney. So what's your plan? Hi, I'm Wes Blanchard, an estate planning attorney of offices in Metairie. Listen, don't leave your loved ones in a bind. Call me and we'll make you a plan or update your existing plan. Find me at wjblanchardlaw.com.
Listen to WRNO on the iHeartRadio app. Sponsored by Dudley DeVosier Injury Lawyers. Call 444-4444.
That's 444-4444.
Non-attorney spokesperson Chad Dudley, New Orleans.
Hello, this is Ethan Peck, Mr. Spock in Star Trek Discovery, and this is The Week in Geek.
You bet your pointy ears it is, Mr. Spock. This is The Week in Geek with D Squared on News Talk 99.5 WRNO. I'm your host, D Squared, along with
DJ
and
Dean.
All right, let's do the Dean screen.
Hello there.
You are a toy!
I know you are, but what am I?
E.T. phone home.
I'll be back.
There can be only one.
You've seen that.
Inconceivable!
The Dean screen, a 12-year-old's view on 40-year-old movies. That's what this is. All right, so we've got a twofer. Alien and Aliens. We got to watch those this weekend, and so we need to figure out what this 12-year-old thinks about these ancient movies that were in the previous century of the 1900s. So, Alien, the first one. What were your thoughts, your general thoughts of Alien, the first movie?
It was good. I basically had the same thoughts about Predator with this movie. It was good. They did a very good job about it. I don't know. I don't know the words.
Well, all right. So you liked it though, right?
Yes.
All right. Aliens 2. Did you like it?
Aliens?
Aliens, yes.
Same thing. It was great. I liked how they how is like a family in need. They needed to rescue a family, and
Right.
then
Well, there's several families. They
Several
were already
families.
dead. They found that out the hard way.
yeah. Well, anyway, like they did a good job on the mother, like the queen.
Oh, okay. All right.
the
We're
alien
talking.
queen?
Oh, so I'm sitting here thinking people. I'm like, who people? Oh, the mother, the queen.
Yeah.
So you're
Yes.
talking about the xenomorphs. You're like, I really like the aliens and the fact that they killed those pesky humans.
I mean,
is that what
yes.
it is?
Yes.
I mean,
Oh my God, I'm raising a psychopath.
I got one question for you. What did you think about the visual effects? What did you think about like how everything was practical
Yeah,
instead of CGI?
first one and second one.
Yeah.
They did a very great job on both movies. I rate them around an 8 out of 10.
Score.
Just an 8? Come on, man.
Well, all right. So,
Predator 9 out of 10.
One of the things that we
sorry.
talked about was kind of like the artwork that they did, like in Star Wars, how they used art, and so then they had green screens, but most of the stuff was really just kind of like art, and you could see in the background. Now looking at it now, like if it hasn't been remastered, you can tell when you're looking at some of the older movies that there's a window, and it's obviously artwork, but at the time, it freaking looked amazing. And there's a lot of green screen stuff in Aliens where, she's got the flamethrower, she's holding the girl, and the whole place is exploding and burning up.
I mean, shoot, in Alien, I didn't notice anything at all. I'm pretty sure I watched just the original version. I was distracted by the physical sets, like all the flashing buttons, all like the 70s future retro aesthetic. I mean,
when
that's
the
awesome.
aliens start peeling out of the wall,
and
it's just like, and like even he goes, that was an alien in there? It's just like, because you couldn't see it. I mean, so those practical effects is what made the movie. Then when he found out the pulse rifles, Nerf made pulse rifles, we made a fan for life on that. So also, well, shoot, we only got like a minute left, really. But you give them both high marks, right?
Yes.
Did you feel like you were watching a movie made today, or were they obviously dated to you in your mind?
Obviously dated.
Really? Why? All right, we got 30 seconds. Why?
The quality.
Okay.
The camera quality.
Digital cameras. Yeah, it's more noise, more grain. That makes sense.
Okay. All right. I'm just curious.
That's not a bad thing, though.
No, right. I'm just curious, though. But I mean, when I watched Aliens again last night with him, I was just like, holy crap. Like, I felt like I was watching it again for the first time. It felt like I could have watched it in the theater today and been happy to pay $18 a ticket for it in IMAX. Or was it 26 in IMAX? All right. Till next time, keep your nerd flag raised high.
WRNO FM, New Orleans, #1 on your presets, in your car, and the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Free never sounded so good.
Debating Bill, I'm Daria Albinger, Fox News. After an hours-long delay, the Senate has taken a big step toward President Trump's big, beautiful bill. And it could take hours to get to the next vote.
The Senate is inching closer to voting on the big, beautiful bill. Senate Democrats hamstrung debate on the bill. They mandated that Senate clerks take turns reading the entire bill, all 940 pages, out loud. Democrats are railing against the bill. They contend that millions will lose health benefits. Republicans are touting tax provisions and border security. House conservatives believe the bill evolved in the Senate. They argue that the Senate parliamentarian nixed some important House provisions to comply with Senate budget rules.
That's Fox's Chad Pergram in Washington. The next vote will be part of what's known as a vote-a-rama. Now, besides the Democrats who are opposed to the bill, there are several Republicans who also say they plan to vote no on it, and they did in the vote for the debate. One of them, North Carolina's Tom Tillis, who says the measure is not in the best interests of his constituents. Well, the president isn't happy with him and said so not once but 3 times since last night. And today, Tillis announced that he is not going to seek re-election in 2026. The president also says he is making some strides where a social media app